If you've been watching videos from my channel recently, these Williams F-7s should look familiar to you. So far, I've been able to repaint 3 of the shells, 1 for Baltimore and Ohio, and 2 in unique Amtrak paint schemes to celebrate their 50th anniversary, which was just in 2021. To go with these shells, I received 3 frames. 2 were motorized and 1 is a dummy unit. I was able to get the motorized frame working pretty well, so now at least one of these shells has a motorized base. And then just recently I was able to repair and put together a functioning dummy base too. This was missing a piece, actually it was broken, and it's the piece that holds the 2 frames to the truck itself. This took a little bit of work, but it wasn't unenjoyable. I actually liked it quite a bit. Working with plastic and cutting it is not too hard, and it's kind of satisfying. So today I want to add some lighting to this dummy unit. There's a whole lot of room inside the shell that is just calling out for something. Not too long ago, I put LED lighting in a Lionel F-3. So today I'm going to install the same sort of thing here in this dummy unit, this F-7 by Williams. A Lionel F-3 and a Williams F-7 aren't very different, and they use a similar, if not the same, light bulb inside their dummy unit, so I use this tubing for the Lionel project and it works fine here too. To remove the lighting bracket from the frame, I have to take the truck away from it and then disconnect that pickup wire. It was soldered onto the truck very crudely. I don't think that was done at Williams. It must have been a repair by a previous owner. But this will come apart pretty easily, and then I can use that point to connect my new LED lighting. It'll actually be connected to a bridge rectifier before it goes to the LED lighting. I cut about an inch of that plastic tubing and then pushed it down into the light bulb socket. I can always shorten this. I can pull it back out and shorten it if I need to. But this is about the size of the base that I want to have for the LEDs. There'll be a white LED headlight, and then I'll also have 2 amber LEDs for the marker boards. I'm going to mark where I think that flat piece of white plastic should end. I'll just go through the cab windows, and now I have an idea of where I should cut later on. To do this Williams F-7, I thought about doing something a little bit differently than the LED lighting for the Lionel unit. I have so much of this tubing that I thought this would be a perfect shape and size to hold that clear, the white LED that would shine through the opening on the shell itself. Just by chance, or maybe I'm just lucky, it lined up perfectly with the opening on the nose of the shell. So this is how the white LED will be held in place, and the amber ones will be hot glued underneath it and shine right through the marker boards. 3 LEDs will be putting out pretty much light, and the windows on the cab of an F-7 are pretty big. So when you look inside, you'll just see an empty shell. What about an interior to go inside this dummy unit? I have plenty of that white plastic left over, and if I use the mounting point for the LEDs, I can connect it to a floor and a bulkhead, and pretty soon I have the basic shape for the interior of the locomotive. The white plastic is all just sheet stock from a hobby shop, but I also have several unbuilt model kits laying around. I scrounged through the boxes and I was able to find a few pieces that I think will add to the interior detail of this locomotive. A week ago, I would have made some sort of mount for the LED lighting in the nose and called it a day. And then I saw my MTH B&O Baltimore and Ohio passenger cars that had interiors. And now I'm a little bit, I wouldn't say obsessed with interior detail, but it makes these trains look so much better when you have clear glass and something inside to look at. I am not a fan of the milky white plastic windows that you see in a lot of older passenger cars. So I think in the future, when I can, I'm going to be adding interiors. I think there are a few more parts that I can find laying around, The seats are from that Mosquito. Some of the tubing, the pipework you see on the right, is actually the landing gear and some rocket launcher brackets that would have gone underneath the wings. The door was made from sheet styrene, and that circle was also some part of the Mosquito. Now that it's all together, all I have to do is paint it. A few light coats of primer, and all of a sudden the inside of this F-7 is looking like a U-boat, which is pretty cool. I decided to give some dry brushing a try to bring out some of the details, since the inside of the cab is kind of a small dark space. But it won't be totally dark, because if you see that hole above the door in the bulkhead, that gets its own clear LED. So 2 amber LEDs for the marker boards, 1 for the headlamp, and 1 for the cab. I'm not so sure about this dry brushing. It may stay like this, or the next time you see it, it may be back to its original solid gray primer interior. I'm not sure. I like when things look new. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this has been Bob's Workshop. Take care.